Bringing you the flavor of the Midlands. Live from Columbia, this is Soda City Live.
Well, this weekend, experience competitive bodybuilding up close and in person for the International Federation of Bodybuilding and Fitness, or IFBB League, Palmetto Pro and National Physique Committee, the Palmetto Classic. I know it's a lot, but it's for a great reason. At this event, pros and amateurs will have a chance to show off their sculpted bodies and go against some of the best athletes in the country. Joining me today is IFBB Pro Kristen Miles and event promoter Kevin DeHaven. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us, yeah.
So this is not the first time we've had you on the show, so thank you again for joining us again to tell us about this amazing event with sculpting the body.
Yeah, this is a great event. We have it every year here in Columbia. The Palmetto has actually been around for over 20 years. I've been promoting it for 10. We've had it at the Columbia Convention Center for the last 5. And it's really so much more than a bodybuilding show now. It started off being bodybuilding, but now you've got bikini and wellness and physique, classic physique. It's got so many other divisions, men's physique, where the guys are wearing the board shorts. So it's really expanded to be so much more than bodybuilding. But it's a great event coming up Saturday morning. IFBB Pro League is a pro division now, and then we've got the amateur portion, which is the NPC. Always a big show, and we're really excited about it.
I'm excited as well. You're actually an IFBB Pro,
yes,
and you're not competing this year, but you've competed in the past. And what has been your experience with being a part of the competition?
Well, I just posted a Facebook memory today that was some girls from a show in 2011, and I'm still friends with those girls. So to me, just the friendships that you make, and we just have a lot of fun backstage, and it's fun to commiserate about the prepping for it, because it can be a little grueling sometimes, and you really got to pull the mental strength out to get to the stage. And yeah, I've made so many friends. Kevin is a great friend of ours, and yeah, you can't replace things like that.
There are a few things about this event for those who have never gone to a bodybuilding competition or event. There's the pre-judging, and then there's the finals. Could you explain that?
Sure. So like 9 o'clock in the morning, Saturday at the Convention Center will be the pre-judging. It'll be the NPC portion first, that's the amateur portion, and at noon we'll roll into the men's physique pro division. But what that is, it's really where the competitors come out on stage individually and then together, and they're judged by the judges, and their placings are pretty much figured out in the morning. So that's the judging portion. Then they'll come back at 4, and that's the awards portion. So at 4 o'clock, the men's pros will come out first, and they'll get their awards. They'll do a routine and get their awards, and then the NPC athletes will come out and they'll do their awards, or they'll do their routines to music and posing, and then they'll get their awards. So it's, you know, the judging is mainly done in the morning, and the evening show is more for the presentation and the awards.
So it's an all-day event.
It is.
Now, with this, I know this isn't the first stop on this tour. Is there with the awards or whoever wins, do they all go on to compete in a championship?
So it's a great question. So if you place first or second in the open division in the NPC amateur portion, that gives you national qualification status, where those athletes can then go to a pro qualifying event and become an IFBB Pro. The person who wins the IFBB Pro Men's Physique show, that person gets an invitation straight to the Olympia, which is the biggest show in the world.
Wow.
Yep.
So, and that was another question, because we do have a former amateur who is now a pro that's going to be joining us after the break. But once you compete as an amateur after this, do you become pro, or do you have to rank, or you have to place in order for you to be qualified as a pro?
So you have to gain that pro status by going to, there's about 5 shows in the country that are pro qualifiers, and it depends on the show, but usually you have to win your class or win the overall to become a pro. So it's a pretty big deal. And then once you get into the pros, you go on to the pro shows, and you usually have to win your class or win the open division to go on to the Olympia, which is most people, that's what they're aspiring to do, is get to the Olympia stage.
Awesome. And now for amateurs, because I'm trying to understand, I'm trying to grasp it too, and maybe for our viewers wherever they are as well, but in order to even become an amateur, what is that preparation?
Well, To get on stage, it really requires, I mean, the exercise part and the working out, of course,
Right.
but really it's diet, it's nutrition, and it's very physical, but at some point it's very mental, because to push yourself to the point where you got to get that low body fat percentage, it really is a grind, and it's very difficult to do. So these guys, all of them, the guys and the girls that get on the stage, they put themselves through a lot, and they've really dedicated a lot of time and a lot of energy to get themselves in that condition to get on stage and present themselves. So it's really a whole lot more than just working out.
Oh, awesome. Well, that's good to know. And we are going to be wrapping up. And before we get to our next half of this is going to be a two-part, because we have an amazing treat for you all. We're going to be working out as well. We're going to pull the full screen up with the details this weekend. And I must say, I think it'll be more beneficial if you do both prejudging and the finals, because you want to see the process of the prejudge, and then you want to, of course, see where they're all placed. So it's beneficial to do both. But for prejudging, I believe the price is $35, and then it's $50 for finals. And VIP means you're there all day, checking all of this out, and that's $100. And all those details will be on our website, SodaCityLive.com. But again, this Saturday at the Columbia Metropolitan Convention Center, Kevin and Kristen, thank you so much for joining me today and sharing these details. Anything else you'd like to add?
Just thank you so much for having us. We'd love to see you guys at the convention center. This really is a great show. It's one of the best shows in the Southeast, and again, one of the longest running shows, and we're really happy to be back here in Columbia.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And we will have all these details on our website, again, SodaCityLive.com, along with this interview. But stick with us. We have much more coming up after the break.